Today we're going to make some chocolate chip pan cookies. This recipe is so easy, simple, and one of the best cookie bars I've ever had. Normally I would use a 10 by 15 pan, but today I'm going to use 2 of these smaller cookie sheets, which is the same, because I want to take a whole pan of cookies to someone. I kind of want to surprise them, and so I am going to just use 2 pans, one for my household and one for a surprise to someone else. So I'm gonna use parchment paper, but I'm just gonna spray these so get a little bit of spray on them so my parchment paper will stick. Because we're gonna spread this completely out all over this parchment paper. That done. Making this recipe for let's see, I'm 58 and I started probably when I was 30 years old. So about 28 years actually. And that I really got into cooking and baking, I was around 30 and just loved it. Wanted to bake every Saturday, was just bake day. It was so much fun. My kids would be home and they would be sleeping and I would have pancakes and oh my gosh, hot chocolate chip cookies for them when they come down for breakfast. Yes, I did that on Saturday mornings and I loved it, don't regret it, and honestly would do it all over again, and I do that for my grandkids. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to put in 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. We're going to whisk the eggs just a little bit. Now we are going to put in 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're just going to put it right on top of the eggs. So easy peasy. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of salt. Two sticks of butter or 1 cup of softened butter unsalted. Three-fourths cup of granulated sugar. 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Okay. Just going to start by mashing it up a little bit. And you could do this with your KitchenAid if you would like. Just going to start mashing it. You know, I'm going to mix it real good, then I'm going to use my hand mixer. This is just the way I've done it for 28 years. Okay, we're going to put in, this is kind of crumbly, and we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, it will start to really form like a dough, like a cookie dough. And that, we're done with our mixer. And we're just gonna kind of get our spatula out and kind of move it around. See how it forms into a ball? It will form right into a ball. You can pick it up with not even floured hands. See how that's your cookie dough. So now we're going to add 2 cups of chocolate chips. 2 large cups. This is a 2-cup measure. And 1 cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. I'm using walnuts. Okay, we're just going to kind of fold it in. these are gonna be so good. This is such a quick dessert. And your kids, oh, if you're having a sleepover or kid's birthday party, put candles on each one, or you know, I don't know, it's just a great dessert, and it just tastes so good. Social, church social, homecoming, family reunion, they always get eaten. Okay, takes a couple minutes to get them kind of get it all around. And I'm gonna make sure that I got them in. You can use your hands because it's a sticky dough, but it's not. You're going to use your hands to get them in the pan. But this way you know that they're incorporated and it's a pretty even, all the chips and everything's been incorporated. There shouldn't be anything in your bowl. It should all be, oh, isn't that gorgeous? And this freezes well. You can freeze this dough, not a problem at all. Okay, so I'm going to get out my cookie pans. You know what, guys? I forgot. We got to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Today's Sunday, and I took a little nap, and so I forgot to preheat my oven when I came down. But I thought these would be a great little gift for somebody, and you know, I like to share. So we're going to just kind of half our dough. I'm just going to take a knife and I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's really even. And you can weigh it out to also make sure. Okay, so now we're just going to start kind of like spreading it out in the pan. Just kind of get it, just keep moving it forward. And this takes a couple minutes. And it will all come together in the oven. There's pan number 1. Now pan number 2. So we have our pan cookies all ready to go in the oven. And I didn't have my oven preheated, so I'm just gonna have to wait a couple minutes. And plus I like for them to sit anyway to make sure that everything just kind of marries together. So anyway, we're gonna get these into the oven. As soon as that oven says 375 and that little buzzer goes off, we are going to put in our pan cookies. They're going to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. We're going to check them in 20 minutes because I don't like mine real dark. But they're going to cook about the exact same time as if I'd have had them in a 10 by 15. And you can spread it out and get that in a 10 by 15. But I'm excited. I can't wait. And I think these are going to be a great little gift for someone. Okay, those cookies, my alarm just went off. And so we're now going to check these cookies. You know how you know they're done? 20 minutes is perfect. Because around the sides, they're turned brown. We don't want that whole cookie. Ugh, get there. That's perfect. Let me get them other ones out. Who wouldn't love to be surprised with chocolate chip pan cookies? I'm ready. You guys, I can't wait. I'm a little cool. I learned my lesson. I made a blueberry pound cake yesterday and I didn't let it cool, and guess what? I burnt my finger and the pound cake fell out everywhere. I'm debating whether I should even put that video on because it was so bad. The cake was delicious, but the looks of it was really bad because I was impatient. So I'm going to be patient today, and I'm going to let these cookies cool. This is our chocolate chip pan cookie. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the bottom. Not burnt, just a little brown. That's the way I like it. And the cooler they get, the crunchier they get. Never fail, my favorite cookie. Absolutely awesome. I'm excited about bringing the other pan over to a friend of mine, kind of surprise them, just knock on their door, hand them the cookies and leave. I don't want to intrude. Thank you guys so much for watching and coming into my kitchen with me, even though I make a mess all the time. And anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much. Come back, and I'm gonna finish eating this cookie before my dinner's done.